What is up, traders? Today is May 12th, 2019, and thanks for watching. This is the weekly outlook video. I'm glad you're here. If this is your first time watching, welcome to me, welcome to my group. You know, we'd love to have you a part of the family. I've been doing this for a while now, and we have an amazing group of traders that I've taught and continue to teach my methods to, and we consistently grow and make profits week after week after week. So if that's something you're into, if you're looking to be a part of a community, if you're looking for a mentor, if you're looking to learn how to be consistent and to be profitable, click links below. You come to the right place. And that being said, we got a lot to cover, man. So let's get right into it. And I'm expecting another big week. You know, last week was huge because of all the trade negotiations. If you're in my group, I mean, it was like update after update, and you can tell the market was super volatile as a result of that. So there's two ways this is going to happen. There's going to be some sort of resolution quick, which is what I hope happens, or this is some sort of political drama by Donald Trump that he's going to keep pumping and pumping and pumping all the way until around November 2020, in order to make this a big political play to appease his fan base. So I think that's a definite possibility too. I heard that theory today and was like, yeah, well, that makes sense. So we'll see what happens, but let's just take a look at the charts, because really that's all we can really go by. You know what I mean? So it's a lot's going to depend on, it's going to be interesting to see how this thing opens. Let me put it that way. So let's go into, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. There we go. So let's go over to the S&P 500 for sure, because this is what everybody's looking at. It made a big rebound on Friday, but I believe it was, too little too late, to be honest. So we made this big rally, this big rebound on Friday, and there's this level right here, support. This 2860 has been huge, a huge support level. You can see we tried to break it multiple times here. The thing is, we got to look back, right? So let's just go to a daily chart. I mean, this looks like potential double top material. But we broke out of this ascending wedge, which is a reversal pattern. So, as long as we still have this momentum, as long as there's unsure negotiations with China, like I don't see any there's tons of market manipulation going on right now, that's for sure. But I don't see any real reason why it would rebound, unless we really kind of rebounded up higher to like this level. This is a possible scenario. All right, sorry, I paused it there to send these charts out to my VIP group. Let's see here. So downside target though, then if we officially break this like 2850 level, then I'm looking at this 50% retracement, which I have at, let me move this, 2780, and then 2750 is the 61.8. If we break that, then man, this thing is going the distance. But we'll see what happens, right? But for now, what I'm saying is that unless we get some sort of trade deals resolved, and the market just goes ape shit, rallies out of control, I think the downside's still pretty intact here. So that brings me to what I really wanted to look at was dollar yen pairs. So same thing, right? Like we're going to be able to tell. I think it's going to be we're going to be able to tell pretty quickly too. The market will show its hand whether this is going to be a risk off type of week. And I'm going to be looking at the yen super closely. So what I would like to see, I think this is a great setup here, is, you know, some sort of retracement, some sort of definitely rally to sell. Go. I think this looks very likely for US dollar, Japanese yen. I'm going to pause this real quick, send this out to my group. So we would have, you know, a bounce here about 50 pips, right? Because we have this downtrend line, we have this space in between the gap here, right? Which would be a pretty big deal to make it up to this level. And then a retest here, and, you know, like a sell limit around 110.6 would be huge. So why I'm looking at S&P and UJ specifically, now that transfers over to, I think if we can get some sort of bounce on NJ, if we get a bounce on NJ, this would provide an excellent selling opportunity, I believe. And we're gonna be looking at the commodity currencies a lot and looking at selling the commodity currencies this week, AUD, NZD, CAD, because if we're getting the weakness in the stock market, that's going to and the trade war, you know, these commodities, these currencies that revolve around them are going to get hit the most, especially Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar for sure. But I think what's going to really take a beating this week, if the downside continues and this risk off sentiment continues, is going to be Aussie dollar. Because they are China's #1 trade partner, right? So if it goes bad for China, then it's not going to be good for Australia. And let's see, where is AJ here? I just actually had to reload all my accounts and charts. There we go. And so long-term game plan, like this thing has just got some serious downside here, right? So, but I would like to see some sort of rally that would allow us to sell, right? So even a move about 20 pips up, 77.2 would be great. Let's see, I got to readjust everything. There we go. I like the blue line. So, I mean, this is a serious, you know, look at lots of touches in this RSI down here. So, you know, it is definitely due for something like this. And if we didn't have all this trade stuff going on with China, this is what I'd be going for. But, you know, that's why it's so important to know your fundamentals, know this stuff, because like it's hard to really get behind the Aussie dollar when you know about these this trade just mess that the world is in really right now. So that's what I'm looking on AJ. And I know a lot of people in my group are going to be asking about oil, so let's have a look at oil. And you know, I would have thought with last week with the the risk off sentiment with the S&P dropping, that we would have got more dollar strength, but instead we got a bit of a run on the euro and a bit of a rally here. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the euro for sure. But right now it's kind of at a, you know, as long as this kind of risk off sentiment continues, it's hard for me to get behind the euro. But if we start to break out of these levels and get to 112.50 and start moving higher, it's going to be a great buy. And then, if of course, if we break these upper levels, 113 area, then it would be a legit reversal breakout of this huge falling wedge that we're in right here. So let's take a look at oil. What we're waiting for on oil is for so we've still moved up and down along this trend line here. But what hasn't happened is we haven't gotten anything like this, right? So that's telling me that this is still looking pretty weak. And, you know, this actually looks a lot like I think this is much more likely. We just have to break out of this little bearish pennant here. Right? You guys see that little triangle formation here? So what we're looking for now is whether it breaks up and breaks out or continues to break down. You know, if we have the S&P weak, if we have all the risk off, then the risk is more for this to keep pushing lower, which is definitely what I'm looking for as well, which would be 59 and 38.2, which is 57.32. So it's going to be an exciting week. You know, just don't get in over your head, because when there's everything's kind of on the edge like it is, then you never truly know what's going to happen. So play it safe, man. And if you're not in our group, hopefully you do decide to join us so you can actually play it safe with us and have a game plan and people to go at it with. So thanks for watching. Let's get it. Let's crush it this week. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And thanks for your support. I appreciate you. LGI fam, let's get it. Adios.